Welcome to the OK Grognard Show, Gary Con Retrospective Edition. I thought I'd take a little time tonight and have a couple of beers. I laid in some Sprecker's Black Bavarian for the occasion. I don't know if you're a fan. I am. Drinking and streaming. See if anybody else has time to join me. I put up a link in the OK Grognard group. And, well, let's see who shows up. In the meantime, I'm going to leave up this photo for the start of it. It was the banner from Gary Con XI. Hopefully we'll have some folks pop in. In the meantime, I'm also going to keep an eye on what's going on. Oh, there's my buddy Heath. How are you? How are you, Heath? Thanks for joining. I'm just keeping an eye on the OK Grognard group. Oh, you know what? I know I want to show off the label for the Sprecker's Black Bavarian, but since Heath is here, I'll probably have to keep it cool in this very fine I Love Australia beer cozy. Ah, perfect. He sent that to me. It's part of a little care package some time ago after he came for a visit and went to Gary Con. Was it Gary Con 8? Has it been that long, Heath? It's too quiet? Okay. I'll see if I can bring the volume up a little bit. Is that a little better or is that too loud? I was concerned. I was watching some of the video that I did earlier, and boy, all you could hear was me sounding like Darth Vader. Darth Vader who just climbed 10 flights of stairs. So I wanted to dial it back a little bit. I guess I overcompensated. Something I do from time to time. But hopefully that's a little better. You say that's fine, then I'll believe you, because you are on the receiving end of all the noises I'm making. Hey, it's Kim. How you doing? Hope you're doing well. Working from home now, maybe? Staying safe. I saw you did a little excerpt for me of the previous video in the Twitch channel. Thank you for that, Kim. It's very kind of you. Heath, if you gotta go, you gotta go. That's cool. Hopefully you can pop back in later. I'm not sure how long I'll be doing this. I only have a 12-pack in the fridge, so there's a good chance that this might only be an hour long. What's it? 6 minutes of beer? Is that how that works out? The clinic is still open. Well, I hope you're being safe. Hey, Jan Jansen. Mr. Comics from Connecticut. Comic etiquette. Is that a word now? Let's say it is. As we were talking earlier, we're going to miss our Civilization game on Sunday, John Johnson and I, and whoever would join us. Nick Liner used to join us back in the day. I think he was planning on coming to this Gary Con and probably would have joined us again. I know he missed last year because of a conflict between the Gary Con and a big SCA event that he's a part of. And because I think he does some organizing with it, and I think that caused him to have to miss it. Kim, on the channel, I thought that you like took a clip from the previous show, and I don't know what they do. I guess it's like an excerpt, and you can post it. Maybe it wasn't you. Maybe I'm mixed up, which is always possible. I'm already a third of the way into this Black Barbarian. So there you go. Gutting me too, Sir John. We'll make sure we'll play an extra long one. We'll go 24 hours next year instead of 12 for our Civ game, and just play on into Monday. Or maybe we'll just play a regular one and just enjoy it twice as much because we missed this year. Kim, you're a technological marvel. I'm sure you'd be able to figure it out. I'm just fumbling around myself with this whole new streaming thing. I toyed around with this OBS software, I don't know, a couple of months ago, and tried a few things and figured out a way to do like a screen in the background and me in the front, just enough to be dangerous, I guess. So excuse me, I'm fine. Anyway, I've got these pictures up now. Do we want to go through some of them? Check out a couple of them. See, I can go back to the album, and we can go. You know, I've got them for all different years. Is there a particular year you'd like to look at? This one's Gary Con I, but we can look at Gary Con IV, Gary Con. They're kind of out of order, I guess. I put them up in order, but Facebook being Facebook. Some more Gary Con IV. I don't know why that's way down there. We've got pictures from all different gaming events in my Mark CMG author page. Let's see, there's Gary Con II. That was the first year at the Ridge. We can spend some time looking at those too if you want. We can look for Gary Con III. I guess I should open each album in a separate tab so that they're easier to jump to. Gary Con III. Here we go. Let's see, that was one. Let's put them in this order, right? 1, 2, there's 3. Kim, John, do either of you have a preference? Should we just wait and see if somebody else comes along and makes our decision for us? Could just hang out and goof around for a while. I'm also keeping an eye on the group to see if I can coerce some more people into joining us. Let's see. Oh yeah, I've got to refresh that. Nope, no preference. Okay. Well, let's start at the beginning then. Dave Bedell, Dave Temperato, Jim Sketch. You know these guys for sure. We were. This was a OD&D game we played that Dave was running. That's my EN World dice bag and dice tray. That's the cover from my digital camera. Was taking pictures not with a phone back then. You can see that we were using Outdoor Survival as a map, as one does when playing OD&D. Good times, good times. Jimmy mentioned he still has that badge a year ago. Let's see here. Ooh. What are they? I think they're playing Castles and Crusades there, aren't they? Nice little group. Got a miniatures case there, I'm guessing. It was nice in the old American Legion Hall. We had all sorts of history around us, even as we were playing. Lots of fun there. A fine scat shot. Indeed. Not to be confused with a scatter shot, huh? You were at 3 just as a spectator, Kim? You didn't get to play in anything? Well, you got into some stuff. Tim's having trouble with the chat feature. I'm going to ask him to reload the page. It says the chat's not working for him. But, oh yeah, look at you. Bottom right playing CNC. That's you there, huh? You know, I'm going to throw in a link into the chat. Why don't you hop on over there? Tag some people that you were playing with. We can get... Is that John? Why isn't he tagged? Tim, you're already tagged. I don't know if you can tag other people in here. Should be able to. Give it a try. Anyway, I'll leave that to you. You got a link now to it. We'll move on to another pick. Yep, there we are. Oh, Tavis Allison was playing with us too. That's right. Yeah. Dave, Jim Tavis, and myself. Hey, look at this guy. Not as gray, not as bearded, definitely thinner. All right. Tim's got his chat on now. Oh yeah, Brooke. That's right. That was Brooke, wasn't it? Yeah. See, I'm lousy with names. This is why I take so many pictures and always had for these Gary Cons. A little secret here for you. It's also why with every album, at the beginning of the album, you'll notice I always write, please do help with the tagging. And the main reason behind that is because I'm just horrible with names. I try to get better at it by making sure people are tagged and reviewing the pictures and the names that are tagged on them prior to spending time with them at subsequent Gary Cons and such, I look over the old ones to try to drill these names in my head. I knew a person that could never put a name to a face. What did they call it? Some sort of cognitive dysplasia. And I don't know if maybe I have a slight bit of that because I'm really bad with names. But once I start hearing someone's voice, stuff clicks, and I remember those things. So it's weird. I don't know. Anyway, interesting tidbit about me, right? Let's see now. We'll move on to another picture. What's it? What, it's Jolly, looking fairly young, Derek. There's Kenzer over there. James Coletti. Scott Schwartz with his back to us. And I think that's Harry. I think that's Harry over there. Anyway, I'm guessing they were... I don't know. What books do we see around the table? It's possible they were playing some Hackmaster, I suppose. It's possible they were playing just some D&D. That's just a binder, right? That's not a game book. Definitely have minis and a Chessex mat out there and dice, and that looks like a... Maybe that's like a map for a tavern or an inn or something that they must have thrown to them to let them know where they were at. Oh yeah, look at that. March 7th and 8th, 2009. Lake Geneva, Wisconsin. Yep, it was a 2-day affair at the American Legion Hall that year. It was, correct me if I'm wrong, John Johnson, but Gary Con II, Gary Con III, were those only 3-day events? Did they not move to 4 days until later on? I don't remember for sure. I guess I could check out the dates on these other albums. 18, 19, 20, 21. Now, see, that's 4 days worth of pictures. So they must have gone straight to 4 days for Gary Con II. Wow, let's get back to Gary Con I. Take another look at another picture. Uh-oh. Donald Jones. Hey! Who's that in the back? That looks like the man from Connecticut himself. And you're right, a lot less silver. The whole town's talking about the Jones boys. Yeah, I know, I couldn't help myself. Yep, Frank was there. Why did somebody tag his butt? Okay, could have tagged his ponytail. Wendy. Wendy's in the chat. Thanks for joining us, Wendy. Good to have you here. You can add in some helpful identification of some of the people, I think. You're always good with remembering people, names, and all that stuff. I'm going to pop back over to the group. Looks like I got a couple of people posting. Ah, yeah, there we go. All right. They were going to play some Shadows. I don't know. How good is Shadows over Camelot with just 2 players? I hope they had a couple more. I think part of the fun of that game is never being sure if there is a traitor or not. But I think if you only have 2 people, you'd know if one of them was a traitor. If you got 5 or 6, it's possible that when someone's not helping with the cards, that they're not actually a traitor. They just aren't getting the cards, because odds are that 1 or 2 people aren't getting helpful cards in a lot of situations. But I suppose with two people, if somebody is being unhelpful or not being helpful often enough that you might lose the game, it's got to be probably pretty clear that they're a traitor, right? What do you think? Gamer was dumping Hackmaster game books at GC1 after the license lapsed. Oh, I did not know about that. Well, you know, Hackmaster was a fun game that I played a couple of times, and I know a number of people that still love playing it. Shall we move on? Let's see. Oh, that guy. Good old Tom. Well, Tom was a lot beefier back then, wasn't he? He's alright. He's playing Dragon Lairds. That looks like Brad Champagny off on the left. A young Brad Champagny. Not sure from this angle who these guys are. Is it possible that's Jim Ward over there? Often when Tom's playing Dragon Lairds at an event where Jim happens to be in, he'll jump in on that game since he helped co-author it. But maybe not. He might have been running some Gamma World or maybe Metamorphosis Alpha or D&D or some other game. Tim got the new cups. Good for you, man. Good for you. I placed an order. I didn't order the cups yet. I intend to, but I did order. What did I order? Got a hat. I got a patch. And I got one of those pens that they're kind of saying is a multi-function pen. I don't know what else it does besides write. I didn't really read that closely. It just looked kind of cool. Looked like a heavy-duty pen. At first I thought it was like a mechanical pencil, but it says it's a pen. I don't know. Did anybody else order the pen? You tell me. I guess I could go back and look. See what else we got here. Yep, that is Brad Champagny playing with Tom. Yeah, and it is Jim Ward that was sitting on that side too. So they were playing together. Dave back there. That's a breaking out thing. So it looks like I was just wandering table to table to table, taking a bunch of quick shots, getting pictures of everybody. Let's see here. Oh, Frank. Yeah, he got to sit under the banner. It's a good spot. Is that Ken Haylock over there? Wendy, can you tell? Kim? Pretty sure. It's quite a long time ago, so I'm not 100% on that. Big game he's running, though. Those look like white boxes, so he's running OD&D, right? 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 players. Very nice. We were at 10 players originally, I think, Kim, in our game. A screwdriver, a level, and a ruler in that pen. That's pretty cool. I guess they'll be useful for various things. It's kind of neat having all that stuff on you all the time. Get that and a Leatherman, you got everything you need. Ah, Black Barbarian, where have you been all my life? Ah, Sir John. Ken Haylock is working again at Lake Geneva Games. His daughter's grown a bit now. I think she's 15. Just about ready to start driving pretty soon, almost 16. And, his wife's a full-time teacher. So he took some time off. He was taking care of things around the domicile for a while, and now he's got a little more time on his hands that he's able to get out and get some part-time work. So he's back at the game store. Not right now because of what's going on in the world, but as soon as things turn back around, He's been handling the Tuesday and Wednesday evening shifts. And he comes out, he runs his first edition game, runs a first edition game on second Sunday in the evening. I think he's got 9 or 10 players for that. He runs a couple of online games. If you go to the LGG Gamers group or the Second Sunday group, I think he's posted links in both of those to his play-by-post games. They're a little different than, they're not the fast-paced sort of thing, and they're a lot more narrative, and there's a lot more creative writing involved, or can be, in games like that. It takes a while to resolve a lot of stuff. So, you know what? I just realized, I think that's Pete Marin. Anyway, Flint Dilly was in that. Was that Flint? I guess so. Okay. Anyway, we're gonna move on here. Take another look. Yeah, Ken's a great guy. Absolutely. Oh, it looks like that's right. Gary, Dale, Cliff. Man. Yeah, this is a while back, huh? A lot of people were just showing up then, I guess, getting their name tags. The second shift. Rue. A young Luke Gygax. Look at how young he looks in that picture. Jeez, that's crazy. Kevin and Paul. Man, oh man. What are they playing there? Are they playing? They're playing with Mike. Is this Fighting the Skies? Is this Dawn Patrol? I'm guessing it must have been. Tabletop edition with the grid map rather than open felt. Is that Brian? Were you thinking Kevin there was Brian? Or Brian Bloom you were thinking? Yeah, it's not. I'm not sure. I don't think Brian came to these early Gary Cons. I think he showed up. I had that picture in that picture of him from as a cover shot for the Mark CMG thing where he's joined in with Tom and Ernie and Dave playing a game, and I think I tagged this. That was Gary Con 2. So he did make it out to the second Gary Con at Tom's insistence, but I don't think he was at Gary Con 1. All right. Double check those later. Let's move on to another picture. Heidi and who's this over here? I'm not even sure. Happy 80th, 60th anniversary, post 31. Let's see. If that's 2009, that would have to be. I'm not even sure. I don't know. What's your guess? How long would an American Legion post? Would that have been started up after World War I? Or even earlier, possibly? Or is that a post-World War II thing? Heath's back. Oof. More quarantine measures. Oh, Prime Minister. When you said PM earlier, I thought you had a private message conference. You needed to hear what your fearless leader was saying, huh? Well, I hope you're staying safe down there. You guys have had a really crap year between what's going on now and the drought and some wildfires, and it's a horrible thing. I hope you're staying safe. Um, he confides in my opinion. Okay, so your PM does PM you. That's quite impressive. I'm not surprised. I hope you use all the emojis when you're giving him his advice on how to run the country as best you know. Yeah, Heath, you are the best, man. Okay, just got a quick PM, got to handle real quick. All right, Jason just PMing me. They decided it was in the best interest, Wizards of the Coast, to postpone the release of the next set until May 15th rather than April 26th. 24th was a Friday, right? Because actually, at least in Wisconsin, our self-isolation order would be, at this point, officially ending on the 24th. So they have pushed back the release date for Ikoria, the next set, to May 15th, which would mean May 8th for pre-release. So it's like 3 weeks pushed back. I don't know. I'm hopeful that we'll get all of this under control by the time that the 24th rolls around, and we'll be able to just rescind that order and get back to some normalcy. But there is the possibility that that'll just get extended. It all depends on if, as we hear, the curve gets flattened. So we'll see. In any event, we'll hope for the best, prepare for the worst. It's what we do. Good night, Tim. Thanks for stopping by. I see you got to jump off there. So we're using Malort to kill the virus. Okay, that's a good idea. I like that kind of thinking. Who is Snow Quilter? You'll have to give us your real name so we know who you are, if you don't mind. And we'll click on the next. Oh, there's Elise making some snacks. I don't know if she's got a tray of brownies there or something. I remember hot dogs were definitely one of the main things we were eating those days. All right. Make it to next year. Huh? Right on. Let's move on. Oh, what do we have here? Lord of the Rings Risk. Wow, got to check the rules for some stuff there, huh? I don't know. Was Lord of the Rings Risk all that much more complicated. I mean, it was just a reskinned Risk for the most part, wasn't it? You still had the cards for the 3 different troop types. The map was different, but it was still moving from territory to territory, having to leave a guy behind so you couldn't get cut off, right? Was there an Australia-like place to turtle? Some place you could hide yourself at the end and stretch the game out for an extra 2 hours? Oh, it's Jen Martin. Welcome, Jen. Glad you're here. Thanks for joining the chat. Let's see. Move on to another game. Ah, Wayne. Now, what are they playing here? These appear to be character sheets. Not even sure what, though. So that's Chris. Is that Tank, Wendy? Is that Chris Clark's son from way back at Gary Con XI? That's crazy, huh? Whew. I'm waiting on the verdict from Wendy. Yeah, Jen? Yeah, you think so? Okay, good. That's amazing, huh? So he's all grown up and moved out now, too, as I hear. Good for him. I wonder if Lord of the Rings Wrist had some extra rules. Maybe there was a component where you could also destroy the ring and win the game, or some like side thing. Okay, what do we got here? Can anybody read this on the bottom? Dungeon Quest? Dragon Quest? Dungeon Quest? I'm not sure. Tracy and Travis, yeah. Joel. This is not a game that I think I've ever actually played. Anybody familiar with it? I'm going to try something here. Okay. Remove that one. There we go. Hey! Where'd I go? See? I'm an old pro at this. I'll be clicking that off in a minute when I go to get a fresh beer. You have a copy of Dungeon Quest, Heath? But have you played it? That's the question. Have you and your son played it, I assume? If you've played it, it's probably been with him. Or maybe you played it at a convention? Yes, beer. You should have some beer too, Jen. Ah. Shall we move on to a new pick? Oh. Freedom for God and country, says Frank Menser. Do we like this? Banner turned into a DM screen? It's kind of a neat thing. We got 3 white boxes with him. If anybody's got 3 white boxes laying around that he doesn't mind banging around at a table, it would be Frank, I suppose, huh? Doesn't he have a room completely filled with just white boxes and a handful of wood grain original editions? John hasn't been drinking. Jen has maybe one beer at the back of the fridge. I mean, it's virtual Gary Con, but you guys could have prepared a little better, right? I'm going to open that up a little bit. There we go. All right, let's move on to another one. All right, Luke, getting some wisdom from Mike Carr. Always good. He's saying goodbye in the group. Or good night, or gotta go, or... There's Keith Sloan. Popping a like in on the Grognard group. Maybe he'll join us. Oh yeah, James and Dale. Has anybody seen James around this year so far in the virtual world? I haven't seen him posting. Hope he's doing all right. I haven't heard anything recently bad. Seems in his usual form lately. Last I remember seeing a post by him, so figure he's all right. Let's see. Remember those white shirts? Joey Perino. There he is. There's Debbie. My goodness. How young. So I've got one of these. I don't think I could fit in it to save my life. I might be able to use it as a headband. It would be a serious sausage casing if I tried to put it on. And you know, I think it's got a stain on it because I spilled some Guinness too. That was one of the things about white shirts as gamer shirts that I never really cared for. Nothing from him, Heath, you say? Okay. Wendy, didn't hear. 2 hours past your bedtime, Jen. Aww. Well, you know, at least you're just sitting and relaxing and doing something enjoyable. Chatting with some folks. Good crowd. Is that Derek back there? Eric D. Smith running a game of Dangerous Journeys. I'm guessing he uses the correct screen. That's pretty neat. You know, Dangerous Journeys is a game that I had never played, actually. One of these days, I've got to give it a shot. I played a game of Legendary Adventures once. And I guess it's just because I've always been a D&D guy mainly. There's Heidi working back in there. Yeah, Joey was taking a lot of pictures that year. Cam Banks, yep. Now what is this? Was this Doom? Or like the medieval fantasy equivalent of Doom? What was the name of this one? Anybody? Anybody in the chat? Yeah. Lots of Legendary Adventures, Wendy, I guess, huh? With Chris and others back in the day, in the 90s, I guess, probably, huh? Well, let's pop on further. Heidi. Donations welcome. Badge holders. A schedule of events. Badges. Extra pens. They were giving away some nights at the dinner table. Some other swag, I guess. Yeah. What was this guy's name? I actually went to dinner with him and someone else to Anthony's like the next year or the year after that when it was at the Ridge. Began with a D, right? I'll stop thinking of it and then it'll come to me. That's not Ed Gent, is it? No, I don't think so. Hard to say. There's Scott. Pretty nifty setup there. I think he was using my castle pieces. Or maybe he had the exact same castle. It's pretty neat either way. Tom took his hat off long enough for someone to take a picture. That's pretty crazy. Is that Steve? On his left, is that from the last photo? This guy? Steve. Steve, which Steve? Who are you talking about? Yeah. Who are you talking about, Jen? Can't remember his last name. Okay. Oh, wait a minute. Are we talking about the guy that used to work with them that passed away like a year ago or so? Not sure I remember his name either. Steve Johansson? Is that possible? It may be. Yeah, I think you're right. Let's just do a quick let's see. Because that's him there. Yeah, I'm pretty sure you're right. Right. Sad. It's always a shame when we lose gamers. I'm just hoping we don't lose too many to this bug. So, here's the big old crowd. Tim running the game. I think he's about ready to tell someone it's their turn. Frank running the game back there. Mike Carr running the game there. Tom Wam probably running a game right there. Yeah, Chris Hoffner over there, right? Steve Pulaski, you think? Hanson was taller? Okay. All right. Might be right. It's hard to tell from that picture for me. And you're right. That guy was not as skinny as I recall Steve Johansson being, so just had a similar look. The way his head's turned, like in that picture too, it's hard to say. In any event, Pulaski, huh? Okay. Anybody in here we can spot all over the place? Should we move on to a new one? The big banner. Not much to see here. Ha! Sketch. Yeah. Sketchy was kind of an autograph hound that year, I think. A little enamored with all the celebs going around getting people to sign stuff left and right. Good for him, too. He definitely got to... is that you, John, in the back over there on the left? Leaning back and laughing about something. What else we got here? Oh, this was that game. My Surcoat game. My miniatures on stands game. Just inexpensive 54 millimeter mini plastic minis that you get in a bag from a dollar store. On top of based on upside down dominoes. Put some flocking sand, green on one. Just went with gold and silver. Had some tubes knights as their leaders to distinguish them slightly. The terrain was easy. Took turns placing terrain. Had different effects. Couldn't shoot through woods. Couldn't shoot over low hills. High hills. Movement was reduced. It was just a quick little game. You had a base. People could move up to the base, attack the stronghold, much like in the way of Hordes of the Things, which I was playing a lot of back then too. I took a lot of pictures of this because I was playing a lot of it then, and I was working it over. This is one I should probably dust off and get written up and put out there. It's pretty simple, straightforward war game. Circus Maximus, here we go now. This was the first year, the big event. I think Luke won the first year, won most of the other years as well, but I'm not 100% sure that's true. Brooke, and is that Joey under that hat? Tim. Yeah. These guys playing Magic? I think they are. Might be some other card game. I don't see a bunch of lands behind their lines, so I don't think it is Magic. That's definitely some D&D player character sheets, right? And yes, I mean Luscious. Lucius, I mean. Luscious Lucius was the winner of that. That was Carrie's game, you say? We're talking about this one here. Is that a game he created? Do you remember the name of it? Sorry, there is a little delay between. That's why I'm moving on, even though you seemingly are throwing in a question about something. That's got to be Wayne's head there. So yeah, if you remember the name of Carrie's game, and you say John and Mona, yep. And these guys, what do you think we have here? A lot of tables, but definitely miniatures. Looks like either an RPG or a game similar to an RPG. Maybe this is Boot Hill. I don't know. That looks like the top of a legal pad. All those tables, it's hard to say. Maybe someone else can say. All right, Heath. Got to go do some housework, you say? Otherwise, your virtual con might get cut short. Fair enough. Have a good night, a good day. And if you're a shift worker, go to bed. Is that how we sign off on Thank you, Heath. Have a great night. Or great day for you, right? All right, what do we got here? Oh, good old game of Dungeon. Now, I don't think that's Chris Hoffner who was moving a piece at the time. I don't think that Dave McGarry made it down for Gary Con 1. So these guys were just playing. I think that's pretty sure that's Pete Marin. He's got himself a flip phone. 2009. We've come so far. What else we got here? Don't put anything on the piano. Please do not put anything on piano. They had room to put the in there. On the piano. They chose not to. That was a conscious choice. Just saying. Just a signage observation. So Dave's running a game. Probably an RPG. Got a lot of either figures or counters out there. Maybe those are all dice. Yeah, those are probably mostly dice. Seem to be in some kind of room. There's a stairway down they discovered. Looks like he was about to draw on some more details for them. Looks like several of the party are down there, though. Someone brought some nuts. Good, good. Someone's got a mixer. Or maybe it's a soda. Shouldn't judge. Aha! That's definitely Hackmaster he's running. So, good to know there. Yeah, definitely Pete Marin. Hackmaster indeed. Yep, more of my game. We'll just move right along. And we're back to the beginning. Alright. That being that. Oop, there's Jason's chat. That being the beginning. We're done with Gary Con 1. I think I've now been at it for a while. I should check the time on this. I don't know. You guys want to go a little longer? Should we wrap it up after this? It's been over an hour. Hour 12. Yeah, let's wrap it up. We'll do Gary Con 2 or Gary Con 2 or 3, or maybe I'll move a little faster next time, and we'll flip through some more pictures late tomorrow night, unless there's some game we're all involved in or something. I'm going to be trying out, I've been using this OBS software to do this on Twitch, but I'm going to be trying to set up a Zoom meeting. Thank you, Kim. Have a good night. Thank you too, Jen. Get some sleep. Did Wendy sneak off before? Oh, she must have slipped out a little earlier. Yes, but I played it. Yeah, she just stopped posting. Oh, there you are. That's you saying you're ready for bed too. All right, Wendy. Have a good night too. Johnny, thanks for joining us. If I can get this Zoom thing going tomorrow at some point, I'll send some invites out to you guys, and maybe you can help me test it out, try it out, see how it works for running a different style of meeting or interface. Anyway, have a good night, everybody. Take care. Get some sleep. Bye-bye.